Welcome back to the Curious Expedition 2, my friends, and we've done the first story mission last time. We have hired her, a Roma trader, or a Sinti trader? I always forget. We'll go and continue our anthropologist run in Paris, and go on the first real expedition. I smiled as I looked out on the Exposition Universelle. It was good to be back. Oh, well. Select a new expedition then. In the days leading up to my expedition, rumors had been circulating about new islands that had been found, similar to the one Malin and I had stumbled upon. Sifting through these rumors, I planned my course based on those that seemed the most likely to contain grains of truth. Oh, we're also playing on impossible difficulty, because I have no experience with it, and I just wanted to show you my suffering. You can go for a map in stone or trials and triangulations. A map in stone seems interesting. What is that? Aha. Low dangers, Drylands Island. Circles of standing stones are rumored to lead the way to a mysterious lost treasure. And this? Oh, that's a little harder. Jungle Island. Our understanding of the islands is poor at best. Advance our knowledge by surveying these strange lands. I think we'll start with the easier one. Supposedly. Or the lower paying one. Let's select the sponsor. We have different sponsors. Lux Labs, the Tai Chi Academy, and the Royal Avalon Society. What would an anthropologist choose? Lux Labs probably not. Maybe the Tai Chi Academy. The Royal Avalon Society, that sounds like something an anthropologist would choose somehow. Even though that sounds Cthulhu to me. I'll go for that. The night before I was to depart, the streets of Paris were awash with a flickering light of street lamps as I made my way to the bar. As I sipped my drink that evening, I was approached by Isabella Bird, known for her journeys into the rough American frontier. I still vote civilization nuisance, society a humbug, and all conventionality a crime. Starstruck, I chatted with this celebrity about inconsequential things for a while before she introduced the topic of the disappearing islands. Ooh! I smiled and deflected, pretending I knew nothing. Bird pressed harder, but I would not reveal Malin's secrets to a complete stranger. Eventually she grew impatient in the face of my evasions and bid me good night, striding off with an air of irritation. Eccentric lady, if I say so myself. Maybe she's following us now. Take to the seas. For the Royal Avalon Society. As I neared the site of the expedition, a small supply ship pulled alongside. I hoped the Royal Avalon Society would provide some useful equipment for my expedition. The shopkeeper hailed me loudly and handed over a small package, a gift from Malin for my first solo expedition. I was sure it would prove useful. First aid kit, torch, and chocolate. Chocolate's always useful. Use the Roma trader's haggle item to reduce cost while bartering. Yeah, she reduces cost by bartering. Haggle. Where's that haggle icon? Oh, here. Ah, I see. Reduces the cost by 5. Nice. So we get a bonus instantly, so to say. What can we buy? Climbing gear is reduced. Colorful marbles to trade with natives. We could have chocolate. Delicious chocolate. Very useful. What is that? Understanding tonic. Works directly on the nervous system for results you won't believe. Usable in combatant challenges. Oh well. No. How much do we have? 68. We have 5 chocolate. Chocolate is the most reliable source. Whiskey can get you through anything. We might need some of these. We have, let's see, we can Carry 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more things. Maybe a first aid kit wouldn't be bad. Now the thing, when you buy some of these things, you can sell them later because they're at such a discount that could be very useful to just get some of these and trade them in later on. How much would that cost us? So we have 34 left. Combat bandage is of course pretty good. Cunning tonic, vigor tonic. Torches are very nice. Used to bring light to dark places. It can be very good to have such a torch. It's also not heavy. Chocolate. Yeah. Chocolate costs 10. Whiskey costs 15. 25. And we should really have some colorful marbles with us too. Yeah, we'll just have to hope we can get in there very quickly. Just let the marbles do the trick. -4, eh? -4. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. I think we might have to risk it. Let's take that deal and see what we can do. This expedition is deserts. Bring extra water from your ship for easier travel through desert tiles. Let's refill the water. Filled several canteens with extra water. Yeah, let's have a little bit more. And begin the expedition. The legends told of a great treasure among these islands, but there was only one problem. No one knew where it was located. Fortunately, the Royal Avalon Society had found a clue. An island where natives told of ancient circles of stone that were rumored to lead to the treasure. I would need to find the stone circles to uncover the true location of the treasure I sought. Da-da-da-da. Overburdened already. Let's throw away one of these. Hold that to drop. Yeah. Drop that water. Go back and explore and explore. We need to study native tribes. Look, there's something we can climb over here. So this seems to be our first station. Let's travel here. Why, hello there. There's a meteor impact. And there's natives. Let's talk to the natives first. I encountered travelers reveling under the full moon. When I approached, they explained that they were in fact waiting for me. How was that possible? They were waiting for us? They explained that a prophecy foretold our meeting here, at this place, at this time, under the full moon. They said that friendship would be forged tonight. We could give them a gift. Do you want some water? Okay, no. Oh, look at that. They love that. They love that. They totally love that. Could increase our standing with them by giving them the colorful marbles. That's just what an anthropologist would do. So let's go for that. Anticipating further contact with these people, I offered a gift. They accepted it gladly, surprise and warmth showing on their faces. So we get a +7. I did not want to strain their hospitality further. The natives bid us farewell, and soon we were alone in the wilderness once more. Let's look at the meteor impact. Very, very strange indeed. I came across an astounding sight. The crater of a fallen meteorite. The broken chunks of rock were still smoking, and the ground freshly furrowed from the impact. I felt that something of value could be found here, but the search would not be without its dangers. It's still smoking, after all. Look closer. To inspect the impact closer, someone would have to climb down into the crater. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Translator? The native shaman? Maybe the native shaman. What is about him? He's superstitious. Maybe that's not the right one to climb down. Scared of heights. What about her? She's sexist. She could do it. She can absorb damage. How about us? Yeah, we're armed, but there's not going to be anything alive there. Let her climb down. Victoria Boswell. Let's see. Required, there's a blue one required. We could get it further with a torch, but that's a very high chance. Success. We found something. A meteorite. A piece of rock has fallen from space. Cool to the touch. Stays in inventory after expedition. Nice. I stashed the piece of meteorite in a satchel. Who knew what use I would find for it in the coming days? Are we encumbered right now? No. Clean yourself, you filthy brute. What? There's some oryx. If we move the tile in a few days. There's a hyena we could hunt. But we're not really hunters. Right? We want to find some kind of tribe. Maybe here in the mountains we will find something, someone. We've got enough water with us. We don't have a cook with us, otherwise we could hunt them, but yeah, let's just go into the desert hills here. Drank a little bit. And there's a cave in the mountain. And there's someone, a trader, someone we could trade with. Maybe let's go this way. To the trader. The hyena. God. Let's approach the trader. To my surprise, I encountered a colorfully dressed traveling merchant. He gave a wide grin when he saw me, placing a bulging pack full of wares on the ground. He proudly presented us with a selection of his wares. They seemed to be the remains of previous and less successful expeditions. Water's expensive. Really? Yeah, we can deal with water here. We have the trader skill. Nice. Reduces the cost of trading. Yeah. The chronometer. Minus 20% days per tile moved. Wow, that would be good. Long leather whip. A sensor. For more max sanity. Climbing gear. Things like that. Combat bandages. Shovels. For 2. That's a steal. That's a steal. Yeah, we can really sell him water there. No, you won't get the spare. He won't take the water. Doesn't matter. We got this, so that would help. Still overburdened a bit. Let's see. I mean, that would be massive to have something like this. Should probably risk to get it, right? How about this stuff? Yeah. And would he be able to give us some chocolate too? He also has marbles. Two of these. Oh well. Oh well. Let's get some marbles and this chronometer. Business concluded. I ventured into the wilderness once more. That's us. Let's give us the chronometer equipped. Minus 20% days per tile moved. Great for timekeeping and navigation. It's a risky choice, but it might be really, really worth it. We also got some cheap shovels. We could attack the hyena, but we don't really have weapons, so it wouldn't be a great idea. Let's see where we could go. There's something here, something strange. Should eat, maybe. There's nothing to find here. 24. Let's just try to get away from this here. Oh, look, there's something. We can stalk prey too. Maybe we can find something to eat. She's ready to be promoted. What will she find? Cunning trade. Maximum boost. Nice. Always improving. Let's stalk some prey. Let's see the beast on the horizon. Hunting it would take time and entail risk, but it could pay off. We could hunt the animal. That would decrease our standing, though. We could tame an animal. We'll try that. Nope. Spent more than a day, but spooked the beast with my blundering. I sighed as I watched it bolt into the distance. But there's something here. Where's the best way to go? Maybe just here. Oh, look at that. There's something hidden in here. 20, 60. Now that's the best way. A shrine. Ooh. As an anthropologist, you don't want to take things from a shrine. Visited a sacred site. Look at that. The air was hot and the ground rumbled occasionally, clearly from volcanic activity. Entered the shrine. That was a small damp chamber. A long hallway led to the altar room ahead. We'll have to be careful of traps here. Let's search for secrets. Do we need that from the torch? We would get the required one. Otherwise, we would have a good chance of doing it. Let's do it. Now we've found something. Beneath some debris, I discovered a hidden trap in the floor. Opening it, I saw a second gloomy chamber beneath this one. Enter the hole. I lowered myself into the hole, landing lightly on my feet in the hidden area below. The space below the entry chamber was damp and mossy. I felt earth beneath my feet and could hear water dripping quietly. Several odd mushrooms sprouted in one corner. Gather the mushrooms! Euphoric mushrooms and strengthening mushrooms. I picked a few of the more colorful mushrooms, recognizing their strange properties. When I could find no more, I climbed back through the hole into the entry chamber, and then entered the altar chamber. We carefully entered a well-preserved ceremonial chamber. Symbols carved around the altar warned of great volcanoes emerging from the earth if the treasure were disturbed, and investigated. Silver vase and a golden llama. But we've gained a lot of stuff already, so we don't want really to take this. Seems like though we're encumbered. We'll return to the entry chamber. Also, our native will be really, really pissed because if we disturb the altar, because that's just how it works, right? That's just how it works. So, I want to eat more chocolate. Water. Oh, we also need to remove something here. Euphoric mushroom. We could eat 2. Loyalty is increased. Yeah, that's better. So let's see what we can do. We could then leave here, which has its other set of problems. 30, 30, 24. Would that be enough? I think it should be, right? Let's get in here. I think the distance of 2 is enough. Or it's not. No. God, no. The tutorial lied to us, friends. The tutorial lied. But we could travel to the oasis, and I think we can refresh ourselves there. Everyone rejoiced at the sight of water. A truly wondrous place in the midst of this desolate region. We'll rest. The night was bleak and my spirit exhausted as I sat and stared into the fire. Late that night I was awakened by deafening, frightening screams. Cutting through the dark I recognized Anupam Shah's voice and rushed to his side. Shah lay rigid, his eyes wide open in terror. I tried to speak to him, but he only babbled fearful nonsense in reply. We will try to wake him up. Was that a success? Gently, slowly, I managed to bring him out of his nightmare realm. We walked back to the campfire to sit down for a couple of minutes. I could see this golden man standing above me. Let's sleep. That's because we are below the sanity threshold already. So, thankfully, we can rest up a little bit. Oasis had been a perfect resting spot. Let's refill the water. And then leave. How are we? We're perfect with this. Now we can... Could go further into the west. 46. My goodness me. No, 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 no. We'll get to this point. Oh, look. We found something there. And there's also natives. The ancient circle. Finally. Approach the first of the stone circles. According to legend, the first piece of the map would be found there. Study the stones. Putting forth a large roll of paper that I had brought for the purpose, I carefully copied the etchings on the stones. My map was beginning to take shape. Found the first of the circles. So we could now go to the natives. Or we could rest here again, and I think we should do that. It's very, 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 very close. Rest and refill a bit. Would be the best strategy. Rest. That evening I noticed him... Oh. Anupam Shah regaling Victoria Boswell with his exploits. Shamelessly bragging about his accomplishments. It is a burden to keep this trek alive. After what seemed like hours, Boswell finally snapped. Cutting Shah off mid-story, Boswell shouted at him to quit boasting and shut up. This comment was not well received. Attempted to pour oil on troubled waters, but the two were consumed with fury and ignored me. The row soon became personal, and the insults as caustic as they were loud. So that night, those two would see eye to eye on nothing, causing no end of grief for the party. Oh, great. They hate each other now. So, such it is with the diplomats, eh? We'll have to rest again. Victoria Boswell was in the mood for talking. We spent the evening chatting about various topics, and I had the chance to find out a little more about her. About her childhood. That's where it always starts. She told me of the secret lair she and her best friend once discovered and the buried treasures therein. This takes me back. Let's refill some water and leave. You've seen the natives here. 34, 30. Hey there, natives. What's that? Came across a small party of hunters, killing a beast that they had just downed. They saw me approach, they greeted me warmly and invited me to share in the spoils of their kill. Yeah, we'll join the feast. I helped the hunters dress the meat and joined them that evening around the fire. That night we ate well, passing the time in contented conversation. Well, that was good. Yeah, let's promote you. Old hater. Goodness, no. Promoted to level 2. Get a village rest bonus. Pity that there are no villages here. 65. What's that, a storm or something? So we could get back here, then rest full, then continue our journey, or we could go directly to this place. I think I feel better with resting. Oh, goodness. Let's rest. No sound was heard tonight as I sat and stared into the fire. Thank God. No, for days now the hearing of Victoria Boswell been growing worse. She must have contracted some sort of local disease. I just hoped it was not contagious. She has hearing loss. And let's refill the water. Let's rest again. Anupam showed a surprising talent that night. Using clever hand positions and the light of the fire, he composed a comedic story from the movement of shadow figures. At the end of the evening, my stomach hurt from laughter. I had a newfound fondness for Shah. Tell another. Yeah, that's nice. That's really good. So maybe we can become friends again? After all that hate? Ah, let's leave. And we could go here anyways. It seems like as if there's a path through here. We'll try that out. Decreased loyalty? Why did we have to choose this path? Why? Because there is something here. A tar bog. There's a shaman hut in there. We're covered in tar. Great, great stuff. We approached a rather curious hut. A native shaman lurked just inside, where we found all manner of dried herbs and strange artifacts. We visited a native hut. We could trade. As if time was moving slower for him, the shaman got out a small crate and presented it to his wares. The chronometer could be sold very easily here. We have a totem stick, a totem protection, ram into the ground to ward off enemies. Backfire chance. Potent healing abilities. I don't know. He would take the colorful marbles, and he would also like the meteorite. Let's see what we can get from him. We could get standing. Introspection mushroom. Strengthening mushroom. Hallucinogenic toad. Long-term mental side effects. Strange-looking mushroom. Yeah, maybe. We'll get a toad. The toad could help us, right? Sanity. Yeah. Maybe a wound-closing mushroom to boot. The marbles really did it. Here we go. After some negotiating, I made a deal with the shaman. The deal is done. We could ask for cleansing. Perform a ritual. Offer to let me partake ritual where I would be purified under the light of the full moon. Yeah, participate. He gave me a pipe to smoke. I made sure to inhale, not to inhale too much. We get standing and sanity. I found myself in a mysterious realm. Where was I? Was this a dream? Voices filled my head, whispering for me to pick one of my companions. For what, I did not know. Victoria Boswell is really plagued. Let's choose her. Pointed at her and was immediately filled with regret. What? The world started spinning. I was standing perfectly still, yet falling faster and faster and faster. Then with a snap, everything came into focus. What? We don't have her anymore? Goodness me. We sacrificed her. Miss Boswell. No. Oh, goodness me. Great, we're covered in tar. And I think we're overburdened. So we have to throw something away. I don't know. Let's drop the water. Still have two things. A hallucinogenic toad. Something has happened here. Covered in tar. Yeah, tile cost is increased by 1. Goodness me. Ah. I don't know. Yeah, okay, let's... Really, we need to throw something away. Maybe we'll activate the torch. Ah. It's so terrible. Let's go back. Let's go to the hut again. Want to trade? Ah, the ritual, eh? The ritual. Strengthening mushrooms, dream mushrooms. There's another wound closing mushroom. I don't know. Let's maybe give him something for standing. Yeah, here, have your mushrooms back. Made a deal with him. Great stuff. Okay, so here we are again. We could rest here. That's maybe a little bit bad. Or we could just go further and eat toads. Not very far, though. 48. We'll go here, eat a toad, then rest here, and try to travel more. Oof. Put my tongue to the rough surface of the toad. I felt a euphoria overtake me, as reality began to waver and distort. Such beautiful colors. Notice that Borohak's temper seemed shorter these days. Better see some action soon. Goodness me. Approach the oasis. Finally, some rest. Just as I was beginning to lose hope, I met a woman native to this land. She heard good things about me and offered me her help. Can you join us? I'd like to ask for food. Luckily, the woman traveled with a pack full of food. She graciously shared it with me. Oh yeah, coca wine. That sounds healthy. We are no longer covered in tar. Oh, thank God. Tempting me to rest still longer. Let's refill the water. Yeah, rest a little bit longer. Dreamt of a woman who turned to me and said, "We are not allowed to touch the machine." The dream was strangely vivid, and I found myself returning to it in my mind for days to come. Perhaps there was some greater meaning behind the strangeness. Two items overburdened. Not that great. Let's manage the track. What should we do? We'll black out and travel 6 tiles randomly. First we should drop that water. And then, I don't know. Let's just let the totem stick be the totem stick. Leave. Oh. So there's that. Need to find another circle. It's probably at the other end. So let's just go very far. Here, into the petrified forest we go. Dum ba dum ba da 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 dum ba dum ba da 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 da. There's also an elephant. Great, we've seen nothing. Thought you... Oh, there is something. There is something. The elephant graveyard. Great. This foreboding place was situated in the midst of a swamp, scattered with the remains of long-dead elephants. Hundreds of the impressive animals had come here to die. Let's search this. Oh, look! 3 elephant tusks. Great stuff. As I took the tusk, I remembered a lesson I had learned long ago. Elephants have a keen sense of smell and a perfect memory. I would do well to avoid the beasts in the future. We're a little bit overburdened. Doesn't matter, let's eat a toad. Put my tongue to the rough surface of the toad and felt a euphoria overtake me. As reality began to waver and distort. I can see the universe. Notice that Anupam Shah's temper seemed shorter these days. I wish something exciting would happen. We're gonna return home ruined. Let's go to the unknown location here. Oh, look, we're at a village. Seems like we don't have to go there, but we have to go back there. There's a wooden structure. Anyways, let's visit the village. Village elder managed to convey that they were missing a key ingredient in tonight's rituals. I'd be very grateful if I could supply it. We have nothing. I seemed disappointed, but I was nevertheless welcomed into the village. We could meet with a ruler or trade. Requires standing 3. Yeah, we have that. Let's meet with the ruler first. A wall of alcoholic fumes hit me as I entered the room. The chieftain sat hunched over a clay vessel, staring into the drink. She staggered to her feet as I entered. Hey, we have coca wine. She stared at me blearily, demanding to know why I was here. As I stammered an answer, she cut me off with a gesture. The chieftain was in a foul mood, and she would only tolerate one request. Would share the coca wine. I joined the chieftain along a bit with a bottle of alcohol. Compared to the foul beverage she was used to, it was a delightful drink. She seemed very impressed. What do you call this amazing drink? Yeah. Could learn about the tribe. That's what we wanted to do as an anthropologist, so let's do that. Asked permission to spend the evening interviewing the tribe in order to learn more about these people. After careful consideration, it was granted. Spent that night probing the village with my questions and learned much. They believed that all objects had a spirit, and all things an agency. The shamans grew wise by communicating with these spirits. My inquiries complete, I returned and gave my thanks to the chieftain the following morning. I thanked her for their time and made my exit. I emerged from the hut, blinking rapidly as my eyes adjusted to the light outside. Let's trade. The village's goods. Oh yeah, let's get some hallucinogenic toads again. That's just what we wanted. What's that? The native trinket? Makes a great present. Will improve the loyalty of a person. Standing 0. I don't know, we could use something to... A spiked club. I think we could use one more of these. Oh, the rabbit's foot. How about a spiked club? No deal, though. No deal. And only one of these. Yeah. Oh, it seems like the toad is too much. Nah. 2 toads and still good to go. For the meteorite, we could get some water. What is that? Beetle nuts. Invigorating burst of energy, enhancing our reflexes. Bolas. Usable in combat. That thing is still so tempting. Maybe we could get shovels. Yeah. Here we go. You get 3 shovels and I get 2 toads. And a stick. I settled on a trade with the villagers. Great, let's manage the trek. You get that thing. Let's rest in the village. And packed our belongings and prepared to spend the night with the natives at their campfire. An elderly couple asked me to settle an argument for them. They wanted to know whether men and women were deemed equal. And we're all men? Don't know. Yeah, both are equal. Let's just say that. Even ever the mediator, I replied that both have their virtues. I mean, we're an anthropologists after all. They seemed surprised, as if this answer had never occurred to them. Wow, that was some effective resting. I enjoyed the safety of the village for several days. I felt more than welcome. The villagers seemed excited about my presence. We'll leave. As new adventures were waiting, we got ready and departed. The villagers were sad to see me leave. Good journey. Yeah, but we cannot overstay the welcome. We have much to explore, as you see here. 31, 29. Let's go directly to the location. I think that's best. Fully packed with toads. We found the other ancient circle. That's good news. My heart began to beat faster as I came to the final stone circle. I was almost finished. Complete the map. Long last, my map was complete. I could not wait to return to Paris and plan my next expedition to recover the treasure. Hooray! Let's continue. Hey! And we returned! With toads. Returned provisions, some of them, some coca wine, and toads. Look at what we gained. Great stuff. Expedition reward, return provisions and return treasures. Yeah, that was our stuff that we did as an anthropologist. That gave us so much recognition here. That's immense, by the way. We were very lucky to fill that all. New unlocks. Let's see. We have a hiking stick, equipped in a hand. Sturdy walking stack makes easy terrain a pleasure to walk on. Move cost goes down. Tea. A teapot and package of loose leaf tea. Provides a calming effect that reduces the stress of traveling. No travel start cost for 20 days. And we can hire a sick warrior. With a combat buff. Can still fight when mortally wounded. 20% increased damage when using melee weapons. Great stuff. Can choose a perk. Good reputation. That's a standing bonus. The start of each island. Typical for an anthropologist. Stealth. Reduces chance of triggering combat. Or impetus. Reduces the base sanity cost for traveling. Minus 40%. Wow. But as we have the tea, I think we can go for the good reputation. That's also typical anthropologist, right? Upon my return to Paris, a street urchin delivered a note from Malin asking to meet in her office at the rear of the Busseau Cassé Tavern. I entered Victoria's office at the arranged time and found her waiting impatiently. As I told her of my journey, her eyes shone with excitement. I have news. She peppered me with questions, intense in her hunger to learn every detail of my expedition. Hours passed before she was satisfied. Different culture on every island. Fascinating. Eventually, Victoria revealed that she had been collecting reports, and that the machine we had found on that first island seemed particularly important. We must find the machine again. She needed to go, but pressed a handful of expo tickets into my hand as she escorted me out of her office. These were good as gold in this area, particularly at the explorer clubs. We could recruit someone, let's see. Gave word that I was looking for adventurous souls to join my expedition. We have the sick warrior now. Level 2. A field nurse. That's also not bad. Or a sailor. I mean, we're rather... The question is... Yeah... We don't really need the naval flare, I think. That guy's also superstitious. The sick warrior is mercurial. And the field nurse has kleptomania. Oh my goodness me. I mean, I would have taken her, but she's kleptomaniac. That's really bad. Lafayette is only superstitious. Can self-taunt and shield and go for some retaliation damage. And that guy would have really, really good damage. In the end, given this choice, we would like to have someone who can fight. And that's the sick warrior. Uprising. You truly want to recruit him? Yes, I will confirm. He nodded respectfully as I welcomed him to the trek. His martial training and indefatigable spirit would prove valuable on an expedition. As I exited the tavern, I received a note from the Royal Vellon Society inviting me to their club hall. It was an honor to be invited inside those prestigious chambers. Lady Vivian Farlow, Avalon's club leader, thanked me graciously for my service. The club, with all its comforts and benefits, was open for my use. Rest for a moment, your savior. She invited me to browse the club shop. There wasn't much available just yet, but in time I could earn access to many useful items. Characters. Another sick warrior here. A hiking stick. And the tea. Yeah, in the ship shop. Oh, the hiking stick. Wow, could we deal with that? Yeah, we could purchase the hiking stick. Definitely. I was sure I wouldn't regret my purchase. Cure ailments. But we'll leave for now. The doors of the Explorer's Halls were now open. Perhaps I should visit them, see what these expo tickets might buy. Thank you for watching, and happy gaming to you. We'll see each other in the next expedition. Have a great time until then, and happy gaming.